Channel New Growth Natural. So in today's live stream, I want to discuss something that is very important. Obviously, it is to you because a lot of persons have been asking me in the comment sections and on chats how to tell the difference between when their hair is breaking versus when it is shedding, which is very important in both ways. First and foremost, I need to let you know that naturally your hair sheds. Yeah. Once there was sin on this earth, shedding occurs. So our hair go through growth phases, anagen, catagen, and telogen. So it grows to the growing phase, the resting phase, and the phase where it actually falls out. So that's perfectly normal. And what's normal is anywhere from 50 to 150 strands per day. Yeah, that's a normal shedding rate. And that's quite okay. Excessive shedding or hair loss is what you do not want, however. So if you realize your hair is shedding excessively, more than the norm, and when I say more than the norm, if you, for example, always comb your hair like every week and you have a certain amount of shedding, there's no way you're going to do a style last for a month or 6 weeks and expect that you're going to get the same amount of shedding that you have for that week. Because what happens is that your hair is going to accumulate, all those shedded hair is going to accumulate over those weeks. So when you take down that protective style, it is normal for you to see more hair, right? So you have to really be the judge and a honest where that is concerned. So let's get into what I said this video is about. It's going to be a very short live stream. I just got a little break from work and decided I was going to come on here and talk to you. By the way, hi Kimberly, hi Birchoice, hi Latoya, hi Pamela. Thanks to the 7 person that gave the live stream a thumbs up so far. You guys are so awesome. Just in case you have any new viewers here, go ahead and subscribe, click the like button, share for persons to also be knowledgeable on how to care for their natural hair and natural hairstyles and just everything awesome about natural hair. Hi Kadesh. Hi Jackie. Right, so back to what I was discussing. Right, so shedding is perfectly normal. And like I said earlier, what is abnormal is excessive shedding, right? Well, how do you tell the difference between shedding versus breakage? It is quite simple. When your hair shed, the strands tend to be longer than breakage. And not just longer, because you can have breakage with long strands. At the end of the hair, where it comes from the roots of your hair, you'll see like club like hair, like a little bulb, white bulb at the end, at the root. And that's what you use to determine that it is shedding. And most of the time you'll just see little pieces of hair on your clothes, on the ground, wherever you manipulate your hair, whenever you touch your hair, it just broke off. You can also, like I said early on, see long strands of hair that is actually breakage. Well, both situation, whether it's shedding, excessive shedding, that is, shedding is natural, which I've already established, but excessive shedding is what you're trying to avoid. Both, however, can be prevented. Like if you have excessive shedding, chances are, number one, there's a lot of reason what that could cause you to have excessive shedding, but the most reason that I get is that persons have a lot of stress time. It can be hormonal, where you go through like postpartum hair loss. Also, it can be products that you've been using on your hair, like some cause you to literally shed like a cat. I kid you not. So it varies, including medications. There are so many reasons as to why you may be shedding your hair excessively. So you first need to know why your hair is shedding excessively, and then you can correct that situation, right? And then when it comes on to breakage, like shedding, there's a lot of reason as to why your hair may be breaking a whole lot. For example, if you put a lot of tension on your hair, that can cause breakage. If you keep your hair dry, you moisturize your hair, that can cause breakage. If you sleep without a satin bonnet or not sleep on a satin pillowcase, or use a silk something to protect your hair while you sleep, that can cause breakage. If you use the wrong products on your hair, that can cause breakage. If you have protein overload, that can cause breakage. If you don't have enough protein, if you're not doing enough protein treatment, that can still cause breakage. If your hair, I said dryness, right? Yeah, lack of proper nutrients as well. And this is how it actually works. So your hair is made up of a protein called keratin, right? Along with other nutrients that your hair need to thrive, need to be healthy. And if you're not eating nutritiously, the hair that is coming from your scalp will be weak. So the least things that you do, the least manipulation, the least products that you put on it is gonna break easily. It's just like a plant. If it's the conditions of the soil is not correct, it's not right, it's not up to par, then the plant is gonna grow weak, and then it just look limp, and then the least that the wind blows on it, it just break. That's our hair. Same thing with your nails. So you have to treat your hair from inside out. So that's one thing that you can do to make sure that your hair is strong so it doesn't break as easily, as well as over manipulation can cause breakage as well. If you're really into this length retention thing, you should really consider leaving your hair alone. And when I say leave your hair, I don't mean leave it out like afro all the time. I mean, do a protective style, keep your hair moisturized, don't be touching your hair, just leave it alone. Hi, Slim Ann. Hi, Rabella. And thanks to the 15 person that gave this live stream a thumbs up so far. You guys are so awesome. Right. So those are the quick tips that I wanted to share with you. So I hope that you understand the difference between shedding and broken off hair. Have you guys have any questions? Hi, Sandra. Happy Sunday to you too. Come on, type your question in the chat. All right, so Kenisha is asking how you moisturize cornrows if you only moisturize the end. No, Kenisha, you can moisturize your entire cornrows. When I wear cornrows or when I do my clients' cornrows, normally I tell them to walk like with a little spray bottle. You can put some water in it. Most you put some oils. You can put a little honey or glycerin, preferably glycerin on it. Yeah, trying to avoid them ants. Anyways, and you just normally just shake and lightly mist your hair with it. And also you can use an applicator bottle with oil, oil your scalp, and yeah, that will keep your cornrows moisturized. Even if you're wearing a wig, which I don't recommend, but some persons have to wear it because of their hair loss condition and certain things, and you just want to change, make sure that your natural hair under that protective or extension that you have on is moisturized, it is well protected and safe. Trying to see your question. Yes, birth choice. Age is a factor when it comes on to excessive hair loss and shedding, but it shouldn't stop you, because once your body, the reason why age is a factor is that as you get older, your body depletes of a lot of the nutrients. It doesn't absorb them as well. So once you're taking your supplements that's supposed to, suffice for all the nutrients that your body need, you won't have so much of a shedded issue or hair loss issue. SG says, my hair is shedding and breaking, I think, excessively. When I wash it, a lot of hair just fall out. And when I comb it as well, when I wash it, ends just not. And there the ends go when I comb it out. All right, so SG, back to what I said early on. If you're experiencing, first you need to differentiate if it is really shedding or if it is that it's breaking, because you approach the situation differently. If it's excessive shedding, then you need to look into yourself and see what are you doing, what's happening either internally or externally that is causing your hair to be shedding that much, and then we need to control that. If it's breakage, you need to more approach what products you're using, what are you doing to your hair on a daily basis, what protective styling you're wearing, and then we can address. So says, what tips do you recommend for box braid to maintain a clean scalp? All right, so I'll do another live or another video on that. I just want to stay on this one topic now because there's so much to talk about when it comes to your natural hair care. So I'll definitely promise to do something else for that reason. All right. Hi, Joyetta. That's okay, Chanel. Hi, Tina. So those of you that are just joining, we're talking about the difference between breakage and shedding. And if you missed what I said early on, when I'm finished with this live stream, which is going to be short, by the way, you can go ahead and replay because information for all, because I do believe when you understand the difference, then you're able to, for example, the person said that, oh, my hair is not growing, when growth is not really issue, it is just breaking off. So the person say, oh, my hair is thin, your hair has been shedding excessively or breaking excessively, and as soon as you find out what is actually happening, then you can really address the situation and move on from that. Stress will cause shedding, not necessarily breakage. Hi, Megan. Good afternoon. You're welcome, Brooklyn 29. Hi, Tina. Any more questions before I go? It's time now to ask your question, guys. Love you too, Dory. Thank you, Tessa. Greetings to you too. Thank you, Just Jenny. So if you guys don't have any more questions, I believe my client just came through the door. Well, I think I heard the door open. The same way you moisturize braids, just lightly mist your hair and also the irregular deep conditioners. Latoya asks the best way to thicken hair. It depends, Latoya. If you naturally have thick hair but it has gotten thin, then the best thing you need to do is start taking, supplements that help you with your hair growth. And then you want to use certain products like castor oil and regular deep conditioning. Do finger detangling instead of combing through your hair, and that will naturally help to thicken the strands or thicken your hair. Hi, Pamela. Yes, bird choice. Shedding can be based on internal or external factor, like I've said early on. Internal, in that you're under a lot of stress, you're taking some medication, or lack of nutrients. So many internal factors that can cause shedding. And external can be using harsh chemicals on your hair, relaxers and certain, even some so-called natural hair products. They have really harsh chemicals that don't really get along with your hair and your scalp, and that can cause excessive shedding as well. So Adele is saying, hi Sam, what if breakage is just the ends? Yeah, usually it's just the ends break off. When I say ends, are you referring to like the tip of your hair or anything outside of your scalp? If breakage just happening on the ends, it simply means that you need to pay more attention to the ends of your hair. You have to bear in mind that your ends are the oldest part of your hair. They tend to wear and tear. They tend to, get dry easily. They've been through all the storms of life. So you have to pay special attention to those ends. Keep them moisturized, tuck them away. Don't have them brushing on your clothes. And like, I have my hair down like this. If your ends are very, they're prone to breakage, you want to spend special extra precaution on them. Give them more moisture, more everything. Do regular deep conditioning, tuck them away. Just leave them alone. And sometimes you do need a trim, because sometimes your ends break when they're split because it's damaged. So hi, hi Sharman. I stated the difference early on. What you can do is go back to the start of this live stream and then you'll hear me saying it. Spritz your hair with water and oils, Kim Lee. That will help to moisturize the locks that you have in. Your hair grows, I'm short. So that's a whole new topic by itself. I hope that tomorrow I can come on video on that to prove to you guys. Your hair is growing, probably different growth rate, but it is growing. So look out for that live stream. Yes, Dory B. Deep conditioners do help if you do it weekly for moisture. That's right, bird choice, but there's also an internal factor to consider where breakage is concerned, and that is if you're not eating nutritiously, that may make the hair weak and it breaks when it comes out the hair, out of the follicles. So Linda says for breakage, just cutting the ends, will it stop the breakage? If the breakage is based on the fact that your hair ends are damaged, like split ends and so on, it will stop the breakage there. But there's something else that you need to do. So even though you do a trim, it is recommended that you also do a treatment to help strengthen the remaining hair, because it's gonna pick up where it left off if you're not careful with how you handle the remainder of the hair. So Sandra says, I tried your blackstrap molasses deep conditioner and it really works well with my hair. I actually see new growth with my edges. Thank you very much. Ah, I'm so happy that you're seeing results, Sandra. You're welcome. Right, so products can really cause breakage. So I had thinning and shedding due to medical issues. I went to my primary care doctor and dermatologist. I had scalp inflammation and a bad RxN to meds. switched meds and treated the scalp with meds. Yeah. So you're here, you can get your loss from medications, like I said early on. Anyway, guys, it has been 15 precious minutes of my time that I shared with you. And it was any more questions, like if you came and watched this live stream after to drop it in the comment section below and I'll be sure to pass through and respond to your questions. Also, Marilyn is here to help me. Before you go, please give this live stream a thumbs up, share to somebody that may need this information, and look out for the rest of the week. I'll be taking even 10 minutes of my time to address other issues that I hear and other questions that you guys have been asking one by one, and we'll get there together. So until next time, remember, Jesus love you, so be very good, and I'll see you in another video or another live stream. Bye. You're welcome.